Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
The Dreamkiller, Gaston Bolanos. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for having me.
It's my pleasure. I've loved watching your performances in Bellator, including that fantastic knockout you got with Nathan Stolen. How do you keep coming up with such remarkable finishes?
Well, man, I'm always trying to get better, man. Not just as a striker, not just as a grappler, but all around. I keep trying to find ways to win and to always have the answer for what my opponents are bringing to the table. That's what I believe makes me a more complete martial artist. So I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to find that balance between grappling and striking and bringing my striking into MMA. So I believe what's being allowing me to come up with such diverse finishes inside the Bellator cage.
Not only diverse, but exciting too. And so exciting that I was kind of surprised they didn't put you in this featherweight tournament. Are you surprised that you're on this card and yet you're not a part of it?
If anything, man, it makes me kind of happy that I'm that guy that maybe I'm not in the tournament, but I'm excited enough that I'm still opening up this main card. So everybody has to be watching me first, and everybody has to feel my energy first before everybody else gets to go on it. So, you know, yeah, I believe I'm still only 5-1. I'm still a baby when it comes to MMA, and I'm trying to get better and better every time. The more experience I have, the more I'll be able to take on these big opportunities, such as the featherweight tournament right now. I'm keeping my close eyes on that. There's a lot of exciting fighters, a lot of exciting matchups coming up all throughout September. Starting with the SAP Center next week, and then a couple weeks later after, I believe, at the Forum in LA. Or I think that's what the show is. But yeah, I mean, there's fighters all around there. Some of them are my friends, some of them I talk to, and I respect all of them. I wish them all well. May the best men win the tournament and the strap and $1 million. But I believe that this is not the last chance that I'm gonna be able to face and have such a good opportunity. I'm only 26 years old. I'm getting better all the time. I only have 6 fights. This is gonna be my 7th one with Bellator. So the sky's the limit. Not the last opportunity that I'll get.
No, indeed, and you were right. The next round of the Grand Prix is at the Forum on September 28th. So, has Scott Coker or Rich Chow or anybody in the organization said to you, if one of these guys gets hurt at your show or the next show at the Forum, that you might get in as an alternate?
No, I have not talked to them about the possibility of being an alternate yet. I don't particularly, whatever they want to do, they can come talk to me after this fight or before. We'll see what happens. There is 16 people in this tournament. There's a big chance that anybody could get hurt, or anybody could not continue. Or MMA is a wicked sport. It's unforgiving. Anything can happen to anybody. So we'll see what happens. No, but I have not been approached yet about being an alternate in this tournament.
All right, well, let's move on from that thought to this current thought of Daniel Carey. What do you make of him as an opponent coming in?
He's gonna bring it, man. I think his fight, he's a really good opponent. I believe that me and him match up really well to start the main card at the SAP Center on September 7th. I believe that our styles are not similar, but we have. I think this matchup is very well put together by Rich Chow and Mike Hogan when it comes to starting this main card the proper way, the way it needs to be started. I think me and Daniel are going to bring it all the way. Daniel's really tough. You've seen my finishes. He's got some finishes under his belt, his notch as well. So I think it's going to be what this card deserves on September 7th.
He's also got a loss in his last bout. Back in November of last year, he got knocked out by Adil Benjalani. Do you think he's even more hungry now to get that back now that, he's had some time off to rest and hopefully get a little better?
No, definitely, man. These guys are, I have a big target on my back right now, and the more finishes I've gotten, the more I've been opening up this main card, the more these guys want to come and take what's mine. So yeah, I believe he's hungry. I believe he knows he's got a good opportunity on his hand. I know where the opportunity he's got on his hand. So we've been training properly. We're doing everything we need to do to get ready for Daniel. And I think, like I said, it's going to be a great fight that the fans and everybody deserves on September 7th.
Is part of having a target on your back having a name like the Dreamkiller? Does that make everybody want to kill the Dreamkiller?
I'm sure, man. I'm sure people want to do that. You gotta love your fans. And you gotta love your haters even more, because they're the ones pushing you to be better. They're the ones you can't. You got to prove them wrong every time. So that's what drives me. Not only my fans. Yeah, I appreciate every single one of them. But also my haters, man. Everybody, like I said, I have a big target on my back. My nickname is Dreamkiller. I've been opening main cards. I've been knocking people out. Everybody wants a piece of what the Dreamkiller is. So yeah, I have a big target on my back, and this is nothing new. Ever since I started Muay Thai in my professional career and with Lions fight, it's been like that. I was knocking people out with elbows. Very diverse knockouts, same thing. If people, were trying to come to take what's mine. So it's nothing new for me. I love to shine under those bright lights in the Bellator cage, and I'm really looking forward to this one once again.
Is that where the name came from then, from your time in Muay Thai, or is that something you got from your training partners?
What, the nickname?
Yeah, did they give it to you, or did the fans seeing your Muay Thai fights in line, did they give it to you?
That came actually from my coach. Back in my training, I would be a really young, smaller, not a featherweight kid, and all these guys would try to come in and they would try to prove a point at the gym, or do things that they shouldn't be doing, go too hard with certain people. The Carrion Fitzgibbon's my coach at the Gym Combat Sports Academy in Delvin, California. He would put me in front of them and basically kill their dreams of whatever they were trying to accomplish on that given training session. So yeah, that's where the Dreamkiller came from, and it stuck. And man, it's exciting.
Do you feel like, in a way, part of your dream might have had, I don't know if you could say it was killed, but maybe set back a little bit when you had that loss to Brandon LaRocco?
No, man. I was going through a tough time in my life when that happened. I don't blame it on that. There was no excuses. Brandon came out victorious at that time. Good for him. But if you're long enough in this game, you're gonna lose. You're gonna win. I'd rather do it earlier, like as I did, and I got a little notch off my shoulder, and I was able to learn a lot, and was able to kind of reinvent myself and reinvent my game a little more, and keep adapting to a forgiving game of MMA. And I believe that I'm better than I've ever been. I'm a better athlete than I've ever been. I'm the most well-rounded I've ever been. So people are just gonna have to keep testing me, and I'm gonna keep taking on these challenges again. No, I'm excited. I don't think it's the last time that was the last time I'll lose. I'm in it for the long run. I'm in this for not just the wins, but for the whole life experience itself.
So what were you going through at the time? Were you dealing with some nagging injuries that affected you going into the fight?
No, I was mentally. It was more up in my head. I was going through a divorce at the time.
Oh.
It just a lot of things. That didn't help the situation, and I wasn't focused as I should have been, and as I have been in my last few fights. So but I don't blame it on that. It was solely my fault. Whether I should have made the decision not to take the fight, or or whatever, or approach it differently, maybe. I can't blame it. I can't point fingers. It was solely my fault, and shit happens, man. But I'm happy that I was able to bounce back from that. And that's just fighting, man. You can, you hide the highs of highs and the lows of lows. So you gotta have short memory. You gotta learn from it, and you gotta move on, because you can't allow that to just bring you down. And at the same time, you can't let those wins carry you too high, because then you stop improving and you stop getting better. So if anything, that taught me to have a balance. I have a balance in my career of, every time, treating each fight like it's, a new challenge, a different challenge, or a different experience, and that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been training ever since, and it's been going well so far.
I would say so. The 4 straight wins you picked up since then show that your mind's in the right place, your head's in the right place, your training's in the right place. What would you say is the biggest thing you pick up? Because like you said, you've got to keep learning something new each time and not get too overconfident. So what are you picking up each time you train for another fight?
I'm just trying to get better, man. I'm not picking up, I'm picking up a lot of things, but trying to get better. I'm trying to become more well-rounded with my striking, more well-rounded with with my grappling, and just kind of blend the two together, which is really where this sport is so intricate and so difficult. When it comes to blending it all together, So that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to get better all around. Not people might say, yeah, he's a great striker. He doesn't need to work on that. He needs to work on his jiu-jitsu or his wrestling. But no, I'm always working on everything. Working on my jiu-jitsu, working on my wrestling, working on my striking just as much. I'm just trying to improve all around because different opponents are going to bring different things to the table, and you got to be able to have an answer to all of them. That's what MMA is, It's a big tree with a lot of fruits, but all those fruits attached to the same tree, So you got to be able to know your way all around everything.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better than that. In fact, that actually leads me to a question I was going to ask because you brought up the jits, and you haven't had a submission yet in Bellator, and I'm wondering what rank belt you are right now and how badly you want to rank up and get that first submission in a Bellator cage.
Like I said, man, I'm not a ranked up. I'm not, I'm still technically a white belt. I'm doing a lot of nogi, a lot of jiu-jitsu for MMA. Darian Oyama is one of the best grappling coaches in all of MMA, I believe. And he's been a great addition to the team, a great addition to Team Dreamkiller. I've been able to do great things and prepare the right way, and I think that's the kind of confidence that I've been able to bring into my last few fights. That I wasn't so scared as I was in the first few fights of getting taken down or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just always trying to get better all around, like I mentioned earlier. Just trying to improve every time I step in the cage and try to really be better than the last guy that stepped in there. That's really my main goal.
So at the end of the day, then, the only person you have to beat... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, so at the end of the day, the only person you're really trying to beat is yourself.
Exactly. The person in front of me is a test, but if the person didn't, every time we get a little better or we get a win, we're fighting people with more experience. So every time it's a big test. But if I'm not ready for that test, or if I haven't improved, how am I going to pass that test if I haven't studied for it? So that's why I'm always trying to take, every time we're winning, we're taking people with more experience, a little bit more experience, same as mine, and just try to, like I say, get better, man. And yeah, get better than I was last.
Well, if you keep getting better at the rate you have, then every featherweight in this division better be on notice because there is not going to be anybody that can stand in your way before long.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like I said, I'm always trying to get better. I'm always looking at the mirror and be like, all right, are you better than you were yesterday? Are you trying to improve? I'm always trying to fill those gaps and trying to always, improve. And that's the biggest thing in this game. And, I think I've, giving my coaching and the training partners that I've had and everything that I've been able to put together.
All right. Well, on that note, why don't I give you this chance to thank those training partners and thank any sponsors you have, and I'll say thank you for the time as you go ahead.
I want to thank CBD&D, best CBD in the world. Ever since I teamed up with them for this, for my fights and training for all these fights, it's been way better. I've been a lot more injury-free, being able to bring the inflammation down. CBD&D, make sure you use code Dreamkiller. If you go on there and purchase anything, you'll get 20% off. Monster Energy, thank you for everything you guys do. Triumph United, best gear in the world. Make sure that you go to Triumph United and pick up some new Bushido gloves. They're really good. They've been helping me throughout my whole camp. And yeah, man, that's about it.
All right. Well, we look forward to an excellent fight with Daniel Carey here at Bellator 226, Bader versus Kongo. You're going to go out there and explode as Gaston Bolanos can do and kill some more dreams as only the Dreamkiller can. Thank you for the time today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, man. You have a great day.
You too. It was a pleasure. And Dan, thank you as well.
You got it, Steve. Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye-bye.